What's happening, Chill Fam? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I am going to talk to you all about Uncle Snoop. He is in the news again, and he's not in the news about Trump, anything political. He is not performing at things that he's going to walk back on a few years from now. He is in the news because he is leaving Spotify because Spotify allegedly only paid him $45,000 for 1 billion streams. Allegedly. So he is moving over to a company called Tune FM, and there's a whole lot going on with that. And I'm not going to make this the focus because there's a much bigger topic I want us to focus on, because streaming affects not only the people who are just starting out, but as we can see, it even affects people who are well established. Now, I did say allegedly because Spotify has come out and they said they're pushing back because we can't speak on endorsement deals for Web3 companies, but 45K for a billion streams? It's well documented that a billion streams on Spotify generates millions of dollars to rights holders. It's unfortunate to hear that Spotify's payments didn't make it through to Snoop. A spokesperson for the streaming giant said, Snoop's a legend, and hopefully now that he owns Death Row Records, he'll be seeing more of that money. So here's the thing. And, I want us to look at this as a case study. Streaming should not be looked at as a prime go-to in order to get your money. Matter of fact, people who are on these streaming platforms or on these distribution companies, you shouldn't look at streaming as, matter of fact, no, I'm gonna use that. You should look at streaming like a serious YouTuber looks at YouTube ad revenue. It's the bottom barrel. You should treat streaming as the bottom barrel. I'm not gonna say to totally get rid of it, but it shouldn't be the number one thing that you go to. If you are an artist or a producer who already has an established fan base and people show up for whatever you make, then yes, music distribution companies can be extremely lucrative to you. Go ahead and use it. But if you're somebody who is starting out, you should not look at these platforms to build your fan base, or else you will be committing career suicide. So I wanted to not just say that, but I actually wanted to bring home a point. And I'm on the Charles Lane website. The other website was hotnewhiphop.com. I'm gonna have a link for both these articles in the description. January of last year, they posted an article showing you how much these streaming platforms make. Granted, it's been over a year now, so these prices can change. I just want to go through the prices with you all, the payouts, I mean, so this way you can get a better idea as to why streaming may not be the move for you as an artist or a producer. So, Napster, 53 streams for $1. Tidal, 77 streams for $1. Apple Music, 100 for $1. YouTube Music, 136 for $1. Deezer, 178 for $1. Spotify, 228 for $1. Amazon Music, 249 for $1. SoundCloud, 526 for $1. Pandora, 752 for $1. So I want you all to ask yourself this. Do you really want to put your career up to chance that you need to make millions of streams per month in order to make a decent and modest living? Because let's just be honest, most people are not going to make millions of streams. That's literally less than 1% of the platform. So most people are not going to even make it into the millions. And even if you make, let's just say, $8,000 from streaming, all your streaming platforms put together, you're going to slash about 51% of that for taxes. If you're not under an S corporation or LLC, and you could weigh off some of those self-employment taxes. But you are going to give a lot of that up. So for the most part, you will live at most middle class when it comes to getting millions of streams. And the reason why that is something that needs to be talked about is because you are getting rock star level status acknowledgement, but you're not living like one. And who wants to do that? So I wanted to really, and I'm going to say something. I hope finds whoever hears it well. Please hear me when I'm saying this. If you're somebody who throws on just a white tee, still got your drawers on, didn't brush your teeth yet, didn't wash your face, and you go out and record a song and put it up and upload it on SoundCloud or Apple Music or any of these platforms, and you're going viral for this, you should be ashamed of yourself. And I'm not trying to be mean, but you are relying on one side of music that was never meant to be relied on. Music was always created and meant to share with other people for an in-person experience, or at most, in history, at most an experience that you get to take home with you from the in-person experience. And I say that because when you go back, not even 100 years ago, you go back, a lot of the older songs, these were recorded at live sessions. These were live sessions recorded and put on vinyl. And that's why the music was so much better in many cases, because you didn't have room to, I could just punch in right here. You didn't have room to say, well, you know what, we could just fix that with some editing, with some auto tune. We could just throw this effect. No, you actually needed to hone your skill and be in front of people. When it came to hip hop, you needed to go out to the park and rap. You needed to be among the people. And that's what it means to be even an MC. You need to move the crowd. If you're not moving the crowd, you don't deserve the platform. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to be the old man sitting on this chair like, back in my day. Or you go to Uncle Rugs like, back in my day. Like, I'm not trying to do that with y'all. I'm literally just trying to put out a glimpse of what could actually happen. Because watch this. If you do the work, let's just say you go out and you look up online, what are all the, small shows that are performing in your town, right? Or the open mics in your town. And you go out and perform and you make 10 fans that night, right? And you know what? You came prepared. You had an album made and you had about 20 copies of your album on you, and you was able to sell 10 that night. You made, if you sell between $10 and $15, I'll give you the premium price of $15. You made $150 that night, right? But more importantly, you made 10 fans that night. And if you keep showing up for those 10 fans turn into 100. Those 100 turn into 1,000. Why? Because it is a biblical principle that everything produces after its own kind. Everything produces after itself. That's what really being fruitful and multiplying means. When you look at a apple, you have multiple seeds inside that apple. If you plant all those seeds, you don't get more one of each apple. You get apple trees that have multiple of apples. So if you treated your business, your music business, the same way, you will grow the same way. It's literally a life law that cannot be ignored. But you got to do the work. You got to start at zero. You got to build up people. And the problem is there's a lot of people who don't want to do the work. They just want the attention of going viral. And if you just want the attention, find something else to do. Because, and I'm not trying, you know what? If it sounds mean, it is what it is. Find something else to do. Leave the professional work to the professionals. Leave it for the people who want to make a change out in the world. Leave it for the people who want to make a difference in their communities. Leave it for the people who want to spark change. Real palatable change, however they can see fit. So that's all I got to say moving forward with this. As a matter of fact, actually, no. If you are somebody, I don't want it to seem like I just down music streaming. I do want to give some ways. So I gave one. Be prepared to sell your music. So direct to consumer. There's Bandcamp. There's so many other websites. And shout out to Curtis King for the DIY movement, because he is a huge influencer and a huge pioneer when it comes to that. So shout out to him. There is Bandcamp. There's so many other websites that you can use in order to build that up. If you want to, let's say you're a music producer, or let's say you're a music vocalist and you know how to help people with their vocal training, but people don't know how to do that. Charge for courses, charge for tutoring sessions. You could go into sync licensing. You can go into subscription websites where people have a subscription where they could get all of your newest music and everything. With Gumroad, a whole bunch of other websites. There are so many other avenues where you can make a lot more money a lot faster as a music producer or an artist. So that said, as I said earlier, my name is Avidan Smith, and I help creatives like you find your unique sound and live a purpose-driven life. If you have not already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and most of all, you make sure you share this with a friend. Catch y'all on the next one. Check out the videos on my right-hand side for more of my commentary. Peace.